to show you all how easy it is to make delicious shrimp and broccoli. Gina Young's gonna make shrimp and broccoli. This recipe is absolutely amazing. It's kind of like a stir-fry dish, okay? Here's the lovely ingredients you're gonna need. Of course, you're gonna need some shrimp. Nice fresh shrimp, okay? So that's what I have here, and I have clean, peeled, deveined, all right? And then I have fresh broccoli. If you're gonna make this recipe, please use fresh broccoli. You're gonna need some butter and some oil. I have a fresh clove of garlic and some water. Corn starch, you're gonna need some spices, make this thing taste good. We have broth, any kind of broth. I'm using beef broth because that's what I have. You're gonna need some soy sauce, oyster sauce, black pepper, chicken bouillon seasoning, and we have garlic powder and paprika. Make sure your hands are impeccably clean. Let's get started with this amazing shrimp and broccoli, Gina Young style. I couldn't be more excited to share this easy recipe with you all. And what you're going to really love is the taste is magnificent. Now, there's an ingredient that I almost forgot to tell you all about. You're going to need some sugar to balance out the sauce that we're going to make, right? You don't want it just too savory. You got to have just a pinch of sweetness to it. So the first thing that we're going to do, because these shrimp have been previously frozen and then I thawed them out, keep a clean, dry paper towel near you so you can keep kind of blotting them dry, just like so. Every once in a while, go in and, soak up some of that cold water that's at the bottom that the shrimp will naturally release, okay? All right, great. And now we can season. We're gonna go right in. I'm gonna season them up very well. Black pepper. I hope y'all are having a great day. We're gonna use some chicken bouillon powder. That's gonna give a great flavor to the shrimp. All right, just like so. Let me know, have you ever tried shrimp and broccoli? If you haven't, you're in for a super treat. And now we're gonna do some paprika to give it some great color. All right, I'm not gonna skimp on the seasonings. I want the shrimp to have some great flavor. And there is the garlic powder. And then I'm just gonna go in, move everything around, and we're gonna have it set for about, let's just say 7 minutes. And when I come back, we're gonna put like a tablespoon of butter into our nonstick pan, and we're gonna cook these shrimp on a medium heat until we get that perfect opaque color. So I've put some parsley flakes in there just to make it nice and pretty. So what we're gonna do, let's go ahead and add our butter to our pan. You can use oil to cook the shrimp if you wanted to, but butter's gonna give it that flavor that we're looking for, okay? And my butter is unsalted. You can use salted if you want, really doesn't matter, okay? Once this gets hot and bubbly and melty, we are then gonna add our shrimp in. Be sure not to use too much butter, okay? Because what'll happen to your shrimp is they'll steam, and we don't want them to steam, right? Okay, so now we have our broccoli and we've washed it off. Anytime you bring fresh vegetables and fruits home, wash off those nasty pesticides. And again, you never know who's handled these veggies before they came home. All right, so let me show you how I like to cut the fresh broccoli off of the main stock here. I just do a number like this. And like I said, I can't stress it enough that I do not want you all to use the frozen broccoli. The frozen broccoli has way too much water in it, okay? This can also be broken apart by your hands, just like this, okay? But if you're aiming to get, a nice amount of the stem off, you're gonna need the knife. Don't have big, huge pieces like this. You want for your broccoli pieces to be what they call bite-sized pieces, okay? Now, let's talk about the broccoli really quickly. I'm going to be stir-frying it in a pan. You do not want to cook this broccoli until it turns into mush. That would be like one of the worst things, right? Ever been out to an Asian recipe or restaurant and you taste their recipe that has broccoli in it or any kind of vegetables, the vegetables still have some integrity. So they have like a nice bite to it. That's what I'm aiming for today. But if you're the person that worries about the texture, how your broccoli's gonna turn out, you can parboil your broccoli. Throw it in some salted boiling water for about 2 minutes. Take it out of the boiling water, put it in an ice bath, and then stir fry it for about 3 minutes. It'll turn out well for you. But you'll see how I do it in today's video as well. This is like the perfect technique that I show you guys today. Okay, so now that my butter is nice and melted, when I come back, we're gonna get started on our shrimp just like so. Our butter is nice and melted. I have the pan on like a medium-high heat. Let's cook these until they get that perfect color, that beautiful opaque color. That sizzle is a good sound. It means that your shrimp are gonna turn out perfect. Now see how they're on top of each other? If you were to leave them that way, they will steam. And by all means, we don't want them to steam. So make sure that every circumference of the shrimp hit the pan so they can cook nice and evenly and kind of get a nice sear to them. Just like so. Pretty simple, right? Let's go ahead and turn our shrimp. I tell you what, it smells good. Woo, listen, when you are cooking shrimp, it should never ever smell fishy. It should smell beautiful from those great spices that we got going on. This right here, oh my goodness. If you love seafood, you are gonna live for this recipe. Okay, so now we're just going to cook them for another 2 minutes, and then we'll be taking them out of the pan, and we're going to put them onto a platter, and I'll show you what we're going to do before we get our broccoli into the pan. My shrimp are done, and they taste so good. I've already ate two. If you season your seafood really good, it's going to taste amazing. You don't want like bland seafood, right? Season it up good so it can taste good. Take a look, and we're going to put it right on the platter. We have to take it out of the pan because we don't want to overcook it. Overcooking seafood is one of the worst things that you can do. All right, so now let's get all that goodness out. All right, and I'm going to turn the pan off. And then what we're going to do is we got to chop up. Let's just set that aside. Chop up your garlic. I use the side of my knife to knock it, just like this with my fist. Once that happens, it breaks down the garlic for me because I don't want big, huge pieces. And it also helps to take off the skin, okay? It's really going to help me with the chopping process because basically I've already chopped it by whacking the daylights out of it, okay? So now that I have that done, let's go ahead and take this beautiful garlic. Don't use too much garlic, okay? Take this garlic and we're going to put it right into the pan. I didn't have to wash the pan out. Beautiful. Let's get that garlic nice, beautiful, and golden brown. We'll put a little bit of oil in. So we kind of want the garlic to fry up real nice and beautifully, okay? And the oil will help for that to happen. Once you see that this garlic has a golden brown color, that's your notification that it's time to put in the vegetables, which is our broccoli in this case. And the garlic is just going to perfume this whole recipe. And then I'm going to show you how to make an amazing gravy, not grazy, but gravy, and everything comes together so quickly. We have garlic that is nice golden brown. It's very important that you wait until it gets golden brown. The reason why is because nobody wants you know how garlic can be real pungent in flavor? But if you get it nice and crispy, it's mellow and it tastes good. Okay, so please wait till it gets nice and golden brown. So we have our broccoli in here, and guess what we're gonna do? We're gonna yank that heat up to medium high. We're gonna stir fry it. Some of your pieces of broccoli may get like a nice char to it. I'm okay with that. Just the only thing that I don't want you to do is cook it, you know, too much to where it gets too soft. Okay, so in the next clip, I'm going to show you how to make the gravy, and then we add our shrimp back in, toss that gravy, and dinner's served. How easy. While our broccoli cooks up, let's go ahead and make this quick and simple sauce. Okay, so I plan on using about a cup. You can use a half a cup if you wanted to of our beef broth. There's a cup. Okay, we're going to put some soy sauce in. When it comes to the soy sauce, you use as much as you want. You can also use the low sodium soy sauce. Keep in mind that it does have a salty taste, okay? So I'm going to put about that much, and then I'm done with that, okay? Let me grab a paper towel. When I wipe this up, I'll be right back. Take a look at these two. That's Prince. He's staring right at us. They're always here in the kitchen, smelling the beautiful food cooking out, and so excited for the video basically to be over so they can get up. They're being good boys. That's Polo there in the back. Oh. We're going to use some oyster sauce. If you have a shellfish allergy, well, you can't use oyster sauce. Get about a tablespoon to 2 tablespoons in there. This is give you like that umami flavor. Make them say, Mommy, where did you get this recipe from? Just be sure to tell them Gina Young showed you. So remember I told you all, almost forgot to tell you about an ingredient. We want to use a pinch of sugar, just a little bit. That much. Are we trying to make it sweet? Not at all, I promise. We're just trying to balance out the saltiness of the sauce. This is it, okay? But we have to do something to thicken up our sauce. And so what I like to do is make a cornstarch slurry. This is the sugar. That's not what I want. But I do want 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. That's what's in there. And then what I do is I mix in some cold water. Always has to be cold liquid. You could use broth if you wanted to. We're going to blend together these two. And then when you put cornstarch slurry into any liquid, which will be this, it will thicken up right before your own eyes. So this is what makes this into a gravy. So I want you all to take a look at my broccoli and just see the texture and the bright color that it has. This is cooked to perfection. Not mushy. It has a nice crunch to it, but it'll cook just a little bit more. And the reason why it'll continue to cook a little bit more is because now we're getting ready to make a gravy, and it's going to cook in that gravy. So now give this a nice stir just to make sure that it's well incorporated. Let's pour that into the pan. Don't put your shrimp in just yet. Not yet, okay? Get all that goodness out. Get in there. I'm going to turn the heat up. Okay, as soon as my broth heats up, which will take about 3 minutes, then we're going to put in our cornstarch slurry to thicken it up. Once it gets nice and thick, we add our shrimp, and your dinner, lunch, breakfast, snack is done. Listen, this doesn't have to be served with rice. Serve it just like this. Everybody's going to be happy. Let's turn our sauce into a light gravy. It's not a real heavy gravy either, and you'll see. It's just going to be just enough that will coat the vegetables, and it'll coat the shrimp in this amazing flavor. Right now, it'll look really thick, but don't worry because that will change, okay? And right now, it'll look light in color. It'll go back to a darker color. So in a few minutes, I'll come back and show you how thick it is. We add the shrimp. You're going to get that first bite. Looks like a sauce to me. Oh my goodness. Gina, you. We'll just leave it right there. All right, let's mix it. Shrimp and broccoli, you all asked for it. Gina Young has made it for you all. Enjoy the recipe, Gina Young style. Make you some. Take a look, everybody. If you all enjoyed this here video, give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe. Tell your family and friends. Tell everyone you know what Gina Young's doing in his kitchen on a daily basis. Ooh, Lord, I thank you for this meal. In Jesus Christ's name we pray. Amen. Amen once again. Come on in, take a bite. Come right on in, take a bite. Oh. Ooh, are you kidding me? Enjoy. God bless. Good night.